Alright, this is going to be some commentary on a Blitz Final. It's between Truffles and Qsenoch. What they're playing is 15 seconds per turn, 1.5 second freeze, which if you want to watch from my perspective, you can go watch the Canadian Blitz tournament that I played in, but you probably don't want to do that. You probably just want to watch this. First board here. Lookout trashes, Embassy draws not very well, so you'll probably want to put training on something. Way of the Goat also trashes. Ways can be annoying in Blitz. They're not that annoying in Blitz though, because there's not going to be a whole lot that you're playing that has a subsequent decision. I guess Mining Village, but even then, there's nothing forced, so it's fine. Mika's taking a while to think about it for some reason, probably because it'll pause at the start of Truffles' turn for her to do more. Embassy will be the annoying. Embassy and Inn are both annoying in Blitz, but yeah, she could take all of her thinking time now. Apologies that the copy chat is over the timer. It is currently at 5. You can also watch it down here if you are on a large enough screen, which you probably aren't. They both start Poacher Lookout. That looks about right. There's some question of what you're going to put training on here. It would be nice to have it on Poacher, except those are going to empty, and you're not really going to want to be doing the discarding with the draw so weak in Embassy. So you might end up seeing it possibly on one of the two villages, or even Sage. Truffles is probably not too displeased to get that silver. I'm not sure if this Sage will flip to it. No, Poacher. No, you play the Messenger, surely, and discard. I wouldn't be too surprised if this ends up being like training on Poacher this quick. Okay, so that indicates probably quite a few more Poachers, which isn't going to be great, but isn't going to be terrible either. But Mick might have the opportunity to do something else. Alright, so both of them are going to be on the Poacher. That's going to point to Poacher emptying, which is going to make draw even more unpleasant than it already is. On the other hand, it was going to be a tough time building to something like a double province anyways, so doing the Poachers all together, it'll be fine. Inn is an annoying one in Blitz. It's a lot of clicking for not a whole lot of gain, but that's fine. I don't think Inn was better than either of the other two villages there for Truffles at that. She'll be happy to have a mining village, I would say. So this Messenger might say do something like, I don't think discard was the right move there, but two Poachers probably was. So it is good to get those in the next hand, but you are missing stuff like the Lookout, some other things. On the other hand, Truffles might reach something like a 9 here, which would be good for another real village and Embassy, or rather drawing village. Not drawing, but card neutral village. Sage discarding a bunch. Messenger last card. Okay. So I'm liking an Embassy and probably some sort of village that was not an inn. Inn looks sort of non-productive, especially when some pile runs out, which will happen. Mick here might take like 2 Poachers himself. Sage first, I think. Okay. Yeah, the Inns are being really, I guess, annoying here. I think one of them probably should have been discarded right there. It would be something as Truffles here to just take the last 2 Poachers. Like, they're gonna run, so you may as well have more of them, because they are a primary source of coins. We might see a province too. Okay. That looks like a sort of roughish draw for Mick, but it does match the province. Might discard Lookout here. Let's see. Yeah. Messenger and Embassy do about the same thing, so probably play the Messenger because it gives the buy. That is the same thing shuffles-wise. Okay, picks up a Seller. I am a little bit concerned. Truffles' hand sizes continue to be. I guess I've been concerned for a while. I pretty much have to discard the Seller there. I must say it's really nice to be able to play with the poachers not discarding for this long. Mick is continuing to have village problems. I don't remember if there was... Okay, there is one in the bottom there. I was going to say I don't remember exactly where they were in deck. Mick continuing to not find Messenger is not great over there. Looks like Mick will be going for a double province here, which is reasonable, but does not get there. Couldn't find more money or draw, so this looks like probably province duchy. Especially now that the mining villages are popped, the deck's not doing a whole lot more than, say, getting a province, or if it's lucky, a province and maybe an estate. Truffles has this win. You should really stop playing cards and take it before time runs out. Would have had 2 provinces anyways. What? What was that? That was just forgot the province? I mean, I guess it has to have been somehow Blitz related, but that hurt. Okay, well, on to Mick's start. In this time where they take a while to observe this board where mint is good and you want to be playing with minion draw and bridge, they're going to be playing, I guess it's first to 3.5 wins or something like that, but you need to win by 2, so it could go forever potentially if, it keeps being close. I guess your start here is going to be something like Bridge Silver or Bridge Wishing Well. Probably Bridge Wishing Well. You'd really hope to pick up Altar or, say, a mint on 5 coppers, but in bad cases, I'm not sure. Take Patron over the Bridge, which, okay. The only revealer here is Wishing Well. I guess what the Patron does for you is it gets to be a little bit of a village. The Altar is really nice to have. Yeah, Wishing Well isn't the most Blitz-friendly card. But yeah, the Patron does give a little bit of a village, which means it may have been a better thing to start with, certainly. This can gain a minion. I'd be buying Fishing Village. On the 3, I don't like the Wishing Well at all. There's more minions now. Those seemed like a roughish discard, but it's fine. You just keep taking minions. At some point you'll want to start having them be bridges, but the trashing doesn't seem like it's happening quite fast enough. I don't think a second, well, we'll see. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think a second altar is worth it. I guess the thing about Wishing Well versus Fishing Village is there's Way of the Ox here, which pushes you to do a little bit more in the way of not buying villages. That said, I'm not sure that a Wishing Well village is actually better than a fishing village with no option. Alright, mint 4 coppers. That was a pretty big deal. That's going to really help consistency against minion. Truffles could gain a province there. No, not quite. Could still gain a province. Or could have gained a province or something. No, no provinces. Doesn't matter. It wasn't going to happen anyways. I'm not sure how the trashing is doing. Well, Mick seems like should be a lot better trash just because he did get the mint in. Looks like four minions. Now, I'd rather be the one with 4 minions and the coppers trashed out than the one with 6 minions and not. And turnips there is a good example of why. It would be nice for Truffles to take a mint, but just really can't afford it time-wise. Has to hope for a good turn that sort of just avoids the coppers. Mick might have a win here. We'll see. Not out of the realm of possibilities. I guess there's not quite enough buys. But on the other hand, he's looking at, 5 bridges here? Just take a bunch of provinces, okay. Not the worst thing. It takes a triumph, too. That was a very, very friendly minion attack. Truffles not seeing all 3 minions there was a little bit rough. I guess it's a minion on the bottom, too. So, let's see. No minion on the bottom. Just took the inn, I guess, because worried about time. Nick is just doing points. A good turn could do it, but I don't know where the good turn's coming from. Exactly. Nick should have a fair number of minions down there, I think. Yeah. So this looks a lot like game. Yeah, there it is. So, Mick up 2-0 on to game 3. Let's see, chat scrolling to the top here. Back to Truffles' start, but she will need to win one of Mick's. Let's see, what have we here? We have Draw in Archive and, I guess, Patrician along with the Spirits. So it's pretty weak there. That a little bit pushes not university, but I think you're probably going to end up with some eventually. A good start looks like something like improve, maybe exorcist. Alright. Getting wisps out of the estates is better than any of the value from priest or moneylender, I think. Now I think I would like a potion and probably a moneylender. Okay. Priest is fine too. Mick takes the moneylender rather than the priest, which looks good to me. So the uni course. And now the university is going to be gaining archives for quite some time. I'm not sure Improve actually wants to go into anything there, and it doesn't. I'm a little bit confused about Truffles having a festival. I'm not exactly sure when that happened, but it seems like it would have been better as an archive for now. Mick seems to be playing without university, which is possibly okay. Just the lack of draw makes it a little bit annoying, but given that it seems like you do want a lot of these archives, I'm not quite so sure about. Trash a copper. I think could take. You want another university here, right? I'd have kept the copper in hand and taken like University Patrician and trashed that copper out. So that was a little bit of a mistake. Especially playing the treasures one by one like that. It wasn't like it was a time issue. Mick has become seemingly thinner. I don't think that was... I mean, the universities will do that a little bit. They don't draw. Gain Emporia here, I think. And probably even a third one. It takes all four. Okay. I'm not entirely convinced on ditching that priest, but it seems okay. Something of note here is that Mick is not producing that much in the way of money. So that's putting pressure on there. Yeah, Festival Silver we see. It is good to be gaining the imp, it's draw. You don't really need the copper trashing much anymore. I guess it's just the predictable thing right now. If I had to guess, I would say that Truffles is on the way to winning this game. The universities are doing good work. And at this point, probably hold off on the potion and trash it to an imp. I think I might be trying to put in a little bit more money right here rather than archives, although that might be a little bit of a dream. Truffles disconnected. Really weird sound from me. Yeah, it was a motorcycle going by on the freeway that's about 50 yards away. 50 meters. Anyways. I don't know if I don't think Mick will ever resign one of these, but it's possible. Sacred Grove can sort of attack your opponent. They have to make a decision about a boon, which is funny. Gains a money lender. Here's a decision. Do you want an imp? Apparently so. Wants the imp more than the copper trash. Which, you know, improve. Would have improved, gotten to a win, maybe. Time up. Got the province, so it's probably fine. Didn't get the exo trash. Oh, I guess it was trying to exo trash the money lender. Yeah. Truffles has been disconnecting, reconnecting, which is a sign that there might be lag on that side, which would be kind of annoying. But we'll see. Appears to have gotten over-terminaled here. That helps out, doesn't it? Can double province, which should largely put this game away. Improve. I guess what Mick is trying to do is trying to get improved targets with those duchies to get more duchies. But I think it's just going to end up being too much distance. Particularly if Truffles ends up being able to get another province in under the time here. He's currently at 4.7, which means it might be valuable just to do that. I guess this is also a double, in fact. It just does the improves. Okay. Either way. Universities were a big deal there. May have also been a little bit of first player, the 6 archives to the 3, but I'm going to say the universities. I guess being able to gain the groves also did a lot of something. And, of course, being able to gain the Emporia. Okay. Yeah, there was lag going on. I'll be right back with them, I guess. Alright, looks like they haven't restarted. Let's see, what should I be advertising? Sign up for the Shuffle-Up Championship. It starts in, a month or so? Compete for prizes and glory, and to play Dominion. Let's see. League Season 42 sign-ups are open. It starts in October. You should sign up if you haven't already. At some point, Winter Kingdom Builder, or Winter Kingdoms, or whatever they bastardized it to, is going to release, and you should go buy it because it's a great game. My dog video hasn't posted yet. Go watch it when it does. It's a dog. don't know if it will post. I had had it unlisted for a while, made it public. I'm not sure if that actually posts or not. Let's see. Watch the Nocturne Mix knockout stages coming up starting next week. It will, in fact, feature Qsenoch, who you're seeing here. We're currently ranking all the cards in Thunder Dominion. Be sure to go vote in the Dominion Discord. Truffles cannot join. Interesting. Apparently Mick does not have Truffles friended, is what that means to me. These rating requirements make it so that you have to, friend someone. Looks like there's some hate going on there. Mick actually can't see this because spectator chat is off. So Truffles is just sitting here. We'll have to start messaging on Discord. We'll probably end up at a new table. So if you're watching now, be sure to come to the new table so that you can watch the end of this match. Mick is up 2-1, is looking for 2 more wins. Mick could friend via the spec list. I'm pretty sure that they are. I'm not gonna say that was a joke. That wasn't serious. Okay, they've left. Let's go to a new table. Nope, now they're both spectating this table. Qsenoch is at a new table. There we are. Alright, come to the new table. They'll be finishing their match. Stay tuned to watch the end of their match. Starting for real now. We have lots of strong cards. It's a little bit difficult to get stuff into your discard pile for Swashbuckler, which seems like something that you'll want to be doing. Replacing golds from it. The early goal here will be getting Recruiter and getting Counterfeit in the deck. That's going to point to double silver opening. Yeah, Replace is going to be the best activator, although it's going to both do for you and your opponent because you're going to have to be replacing into victory cards, and that's going to put curses into their discard too. Hunting Lodge, I guess, can also do it, but that's going to be difficult. They're going to get thin fast enough that it's going to be like they have 10 cards and then they discard and then there's nothing in the discard pile after Swashbuckler. Plus, you'd probably rather be not doing that expensive villagers when you have villagers coming in from Recruiter and potentially workers' villages on the side. Ooh, new advertisement. When you go to write match in the game chat, you could instead be writing match in a PM to Dombot, which would be really nice of people to do. Anyway, so they both do the double silver. They both do hit double 5, which is going to be Recruiter Counterfeit, I would guess, for both of them. I can't imagine really anything else. Nick does miss 5 here, which I think is going to probably put in a Devil's Workshop. Yeah. Although you really only want to be getting imps there. Truffles has both the Recruiter and the Counterfeit miss, which is really rough. I think I'd probably take another Recruiter here to to try to sort of make up for that. It takes another swashbuckler. Maybe okay. Mick takes a pretty early city quarter. I'm a tiny bit surprised on that one. One thing that isn't happening here for Mick, which is nice, is he's going to be able to get the copper out of swashbuckler. I guess the whatever it is I'm trying to say. The upside to the debt is that no, I'm not seeing it. So they're both getting through deck okay. Mick seems to have a early lead, possibly aside from that swashbuckler, or sorry, the city quarter. And that is really down to the recruiter and counterfeit both missing. But things seem to be sort of recovering. Truffles probably does want this replaced in the deck pretty soon to be trying to get the coffers, although it may not be that viable for much longer. So I might see something like a replace and maybe another swashbuckler. Okay, yeah, another swashbuckler. I think what I might have been trying to say earlier is that Devil's Workshop, that you really want to be getting imps out of it. So here we have the swashbuckler thing, but that also is putting a curse in Truffles' deck. So Truffles doesn't need to draw the replace early in this shuffle. 2 workers' villages is fine. Yeah, this gets... I mean, not all the way there. I don't think I would be replacing this curse right now. Or at least not into an estate. Yeah, copper. It's pretty exciting. Possibly just Workers' Village Swashbuckler here. Might think about 2 Workers' Villages. It's not great to be getting down... Oh, time ran out. It's not great to be getting that low on buys. Or it's not great to be low on buys here. Okay, goes to replace. This replace might be hitting the Devil's Workshop. The imps are sort of not substantial. I think it should have hit the Devil's Workshop instead of that silver. So Truffles will get the chest here. Okay, somehow it took 2 swashbuckler plays to get the chest icon to actually show up, which is amusing. A little bit down on replaces. Mick will be taking the chest back quite easily. With the curse in the discard. I wonder if there's... No, it feels like it's close to a win, but I'm not sure that that's actually, like, at all true. Probably take out the... Well, I guess you want to take out one of these estates or duchies. There's no point in taking out the Devil's Workshop when you have worse things around. Buying the silver. Okay, Truffles finds a swashbuckler to get the gold this turn. Truffles needs more replace. I think it could be silver here. Possibly swashbuckler, as it were. There seems to be quite a bit more draw than there maybe needs to be over there. don't know how much of a swing this can be. Mick has, what, 3 or 4 replaces? There's not a ton of money over there, but might be able to take out, I was going to say estates. Yeah, I think it there would possibly was a win there. Taking out the estate pile. Estates, curses, workers' villages. They are getting a little bit low on village. Mick does not have a recruiter left, which is potentially notable. I'm not sure I would have done that copper. I'm not sure that estate is really a reasonable move, although in theory if Mick draws I don't think there would have been a chance anyways. So anyways, Mick should end up winning this turn pretty easily. Yeah, counterfeit to duchy, or just, I don't know. I guess any of it's probably a little bit losing. Now it can just do provinces this way too. In that case, any of it was losing. So Mick up 3-1, which makes it so that Mick just needs to win this next game, although it won't be his start. Truffles is reacting to a very old message. Interesting. I'm somehow thinking that not being engaged in the game for Blitz might not be the greatest idea. Might lead to you doing things like buying duchies instead of provinces. Yeah, they have horse procession, so you can procession horses into house 3s and discard a bunch, and then watch your points disappear because of wall. In other news, this board has like stockpile and stables, which is probably closer to your draw, although procession horse hostelry does do some. Wall pushes you to be thin, which might see temples here. I guess Proc and hostelry also do that. There's also like grave robbing things that you procession, or grave robbing temples, both of which sound okay, but maybe a little bit of a waste. This is not an ideal 4 at all. So Mick looks to be a little bit down early here, just from not having seen as much money, that is not getting the stables into the first shuffle, although maybe it's not that big of a deal. It seems like a pretty big deal. Truffles has estates out, is almost going to be drawing deck here. So, yeah, seems like a big-ish deal. It's going to be trashing Temple to Animal Fair here, which looks reasonable. The one difficulty is that it did use up all the stockpiles, which means that this is just going to end up having to be a sort of a sad stockpile buy. A very sad stockpile buy. You could have done the Animal Fair there. I guess it doesn't matter. This is stockpile. I'm not sure exactly what that's doing there. The hostelry for 4 horses. I guess it's looking to pick up a procession this turn, but I don't know. Yeah, it really, really needed to be the stockpile to get them out. So now we have all these forces that aren't going to be doing a whole lot, it seems. So this is definitely turned around. Mick will take Citadel, stockpile, animal fair, sure. You might call that a little bit of a rough draw for Mick. I'm not sure. Trouble might think about taking out the stockpiles here. That is 2 of them, and then possibly an animal fair against the horses. But ends up just buying gold, which seems okay. It doesn't have the horses in, so procession has a little bit lower appeal. Though you could say put a procession in for, say, hostelry into grave robber. Well, I'm not entirely sure what the grave robber's doing yet. I would not have played all those coppers so quick, although it is running a little bit low on time. Okay, procession, might see like grave robber, animal fair. Temple and grave robber can do that. Or traitor and grave robber. Really go after those wall points. Or, I guess, lack of wall points. Okay, see the grave robber, another gold. Procession horse, maybe to procession. Okay, it's going to be hostelry for some more horses, which sounds okay. I probably would have just discarded all 5 and had to ask for an undo there. If I'm being honest. The temple is going to be mostly to, I guess, get some more of these coppers out, which is going to be particularly valuable with the wall points, or as I say, lack thereof. Time up. That was too much. That's a very bad timeout. Mick is almost just running away now. I think that was unaffordable. We'll see. Procession. I assume procession a temple. Take out both these coppers. Okay. I might also be able to be looking at some sort of win here. Would it be like stables? A little bit tough with a wall. I was just looking at wall's stats for some reason, and you looked at it, it was like 3 pile endings are only 20% of the time now, and province endings are super emphasized, something like that. Whatever you do with stats. Something to watch for here is that Truffles took out a lot of treasure there. So we'll be on Stables Dud watch for sure. Procession, horse to procession. This looks quite possible for a win. If you take stables there and like start processioning animal fairs, I guess you're probably still short on points by quite a bit. Well, maybe not. You just Province Duchy, 4 processions. Don't think would have quite gotten there. So this actually looks really close right now, isn't it? You can, yeah. Just win this way. Okay. Well, that worked out in the opening hand, I suppose. Truffles does end up getting the win there after having a pretty rough time out in the middle. Which, I guess the extra grave robbers did it. So 3-2 Mick, back to Mick's start. He'll still have the opportunity to win on this one. Truffles needs to win or tie to stay alive. More from our sponsors. Sign up for whatever the tournament that's going to be between the end of league and the championship due to a 3-week gap is. Last year it was Seaside Mix, which I signed up for, and I think to date is the only mix that I've played in because there was nothing going on. Okay, draw here in Courtyard. Cargo Ship is a little bit of an awkward bane. Your trashing is really only Bounty Hunter. I guess there's Island 2, which makes Young Witch maybe a little bit more appealing. Like, the only thing you're going to end up doing with Bounty Hunter is getting rid of the junk, which is the main thing that curses do, but it also means that the points are there to stay forever. You probably start something like Bounty Hunter Courtyard. Maybe Bounty Hunter Cargo Ship is fine. Yeah, they both go Bounty Hunter Cargo Ship. I get a little bit Courtyard obsessed, I'll admit. Something cool to do here for Truffles would be to Cargo Ship a Scepter, and you might end up getting 2 estates out. I wouldn't be too surprised to see that move. Mick immediately goes after Horde, which says that he's going to be buying green pretty soon, I'd think. Let's see if Truffles does something more conventional like Border Village Young Witch. Here, Border Village Courtyard. Certainly also okay. Takes another Horde aside. I think Truffles is going to really want a Young Witch against Mixed deck. We'll see. I don't think the Artisan does a whole lot for you. I guess it gains Scepters and you have that little interaction. What Mick takes here will be a little bit telling. Silver. Okay. Still really like a Young Witch on that side. But we'll see. At this point, I would guess that Mick is probably just going to sort of run with this. Yeah, putting Courtyard aside for whom? Truffles was able to set both Border Village and Courtyard aside because she had sceptered the Cargo Ship. See if Truffles feels pressured into a province. Yeah, for sure. Going to need to start doing something about duchies here pretty soon with the artisans. That's the catch-up mechanism here, is that you are able to gain however many duchies. So things are looking a little dire for sure. So we might see. Okay, it's going to be another province. The duchies really needed to happen, possibly then, because that's when the artisan was in hand. I think Mick has a province right here, so congratulations to Mick on winning the Blitz tournament. And that's another tournament win for Mick, whatever that means. It's not exactly the first one. Truffles doesn't end up winning her own tournament. Should have bought the province in the first game. Thank you all for watching, if you actually do watch. And again, congratulations to Mick on winning Blitz tournament. So, see you all.